Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. Okay. Um, on World Ante, you should be like in your standard settings. It should be set to third person, just for the immediate information like advantage you get compared to someone not doing that. Like you just be able to see, like you can still see stuff in front of you, but if you can see like a village house through the trees on third person on spawn in, like it's just you're able to beeline stuff sooner. Basically, it's the advantage. You should just fill in the portal there. One, because like it takes the like it frees up the obsidian slot, but also if you misplace on the overworld, you'd rather do it 10 seconds in compared to like a minute 20 in or whatever and have to reset and lose a minute compared to just 10 seconds, which is like you can bring that back against players in a ranked match. Um, why are we punching? Like we've got TNT, F, and S. We just need to get up to the iron chest and get the iron. Yeah, I think that was just like not realizing that we had. Oh, this is okay. This is like everything. This is a really nice overworld. You can make full iron tools, iron sword, and get all your blocks from TNT. Just throw out the coal here. Probably should have just gone all the blocks there. Like it's very minimal time loss for just extra consistency on like bad terrain. And then you want to book craft. Like when the TNT is priming, you want to just open your book. Um, like like you open inventory, open your book, and then shift click out everything that you don't want on your hotbar but you want to keep. Um, Other stuff like the excess wheat and the coal should have been thrown out on the way to the trees, but yeah. Why no iron axe? I guess we're just like autopiloting here, but yeah, you should have been thinking about what you want to craft. You can make iron sword here as well, but if you don't play iron sword, that's just like not something you make here, but it's something to think about learning. I mean, it's not, I say learning, it's very much just like 5 minutes of practice and it's pretty consistent. Um, in ranked, you pretty much should always be using thin macro only to E-ray because it cuts out the time loss of settings change and it's still very precise as long as you have a good resolution set for it. Okay, this is good. We didn't need to vote there. It's just like, I don't know. You do need to vote there. You don't need to grind blocks. Like this is just, we just wasted our gold pickaxe for no reason. Like, we could have used it to mine through and just do the bastion route faster. We could have used it to like save for the end game and like use it to zero cycle with to like increase the chance you can hit a cage zero, or you can use it to mine out the spawner faster. Like, and we just fully wasted it when we have 64 dirt, way more than enough to do whatever bastion route we're gonna do here. But also, you can quite easily just, even if we're worried about blocks, you can just run up to the side and start pillaring up the side of housing and go for top down here. Like, I think that's just better because on top down, like, I mean, it's lava floor housing, which is unlucky already, but even if it wasn't on top down, it would be like probably like 5 seconds slower route start, and it's much faster than a 5 second faster route exit because on top down, all you would have to do is run over here and pearl out, where in Manhunt, you'd either run out here and pearl up top, which is going to waste an extra pearl because then you'd have to pearl out from the top, or you'd have to run all the way up the bastion, both of which are slower. It's just desync there. Um, okay, at some point there, we should have tried to put a gold item from the chest on our hotbar just to use as like safety stuff. And then I like to loot this chest like by before mining through, just so I can ensure I have gold armor and I'm not gonna get wrecked by any like sword guys here. This guy doesn't aggro on you quickly though, so you're safe. Um, and then here, if you pillar up on this block instead of this one, the pigs are gonna be like closer to you and they won't block your ability to like mine out this block much, which is obviously for like lava housing. And I remember seeing there was like lava flowing down outside the bastion, so definitely should mine that. But you should do it every time, but yeah, especially in the seed, it looks like could have been lava. So just like very micro like optimization here. You want to mine this block and then throw the gold and then mine the block above. The reason is because piglins can't pick up gold immediately. It has to be on the floor for like half a second. So you want to like overlap that time with any potential piglins that are stood right on top of her, like being able to start their trades like slightly faster. The other reason is that if you keep like just punching while you throw the gold, you get a like a semi like cooldown skip before mining the second block, which just it like saves time basically um, on the overall like execution of making the trading hall. Um, okay, so it's like we mine this block here, this one, and then we still fill in the block. Like you just don't need to mine that as long as you replace these blocks to push the gold block towards you. Like you just don't need to break the blackstone you did earlier. Okay, and then with inventory sorting here, I prefer to loot chests first, and then instead of because like basically the reason is you can loot the chest, and then while you're like doing the fast loot, like it takes a certain amount of time, and your eyes can like look at your inventory and look at where the junk is. So just and then your inventory's also already open, so it saves on those inputs and like very minor amounts of time saved there. And then you can just shift click all the stuff like the chains back into the chest and stuff instead of leaving them on the floor like this, where you had to dig out a hole as well. Um, but also, I mean, in Manhunt and stuff, I just pre-loot the chest anyway. So I just I go out and pick up all the trades already to ensure I have enough like string to pre-craft a bed, and then I will like make the wool and then throw out a load of stuff, and then you do all your pre-crafts before you're checking trade so that you already have all the inventory space you actually need cleared has already been used up for the stuff you need, so you can just like not worry about how cluttered your inventory gets after that, if that makes sense. If you want me to like try and explain what I'm trying to say there better, just ask because I feel like I'm butchering it, but and then as far as clearing your inventory in the bastion is concerned, like the main things I suggest throwing out is basically like excess blocks of like random types. So like the blackstone brick, the netherrack, you throw out a lot of it earlier, which is good. Um, but the reason I say just the blocks is because like the magma cream, the quartz, and the quartz you throw out earlier, and like leather and stuff, like you're gonna pick up more of that when you check trades at the end of the route. So it's just kind of like you're not really clearing your inventory at all at that point in the run by throwing out the quartz there. You're just going to be picking up more later, so it's not really relevant. I mean, you've got a second stack of quartz, so it's like kind of weird here, but like yeah, like throwing out the dirt, I like that because you pretty much always get enough nether brick to zero cycle with, and it's just better. Like, and you always get nether brick from trade, so like, but you don't get extra stacks of dirt, so like throwing out the dirt is a permanent like clearing of the inventory slot. I still feel like I'm just like buttering while I'm trying to like explain here, but yeah, I think you just send a pearl hang now and then you check the trades. I don't did we ever pre-craft a bed? Yeah, honestly, you might need to. I feel like I want to explain myself more about task overlapping in the Bastion, but I don't want to keep yapping about it. So, okay, so I assumed by the way we were playing the bad side of the fort that we were just conserving pearls for the reason of the amount of food we had, but if we're gonna throw that pearl, like that pearl saves like 3 seconds or something, right? Why are we not? We enter the bad part, right? Like we enter the bad part in the middle instead of pearling on top, which is just like you just fully obstruct all your visibility of like the direct line to the good part, which is just suboptimal. But like you could have gone out to that balcony and pillared up on top, and then like I mean, one you'd be able to see any bad part strays that spawn in better, like that spawn on top compared to like you can't see any of them at all inside. Um, but also you can just if there's a exposed spawner, you can just see it immediately and pearl to it. And like let's look at the time that you enter the fortress here. 4:37, right? So you'd pearled onto the side, pillared up, so that takes like 2 seconds. So you're on the top of the fortress at like 4:39, and then you chug a bread as well, so you're like 4:40, whatever, right? And then you just pearl to the good part. Say it takes like 3 seconds for the pearl to land, 4:43, or maybe you take like half a second to line it up as well, so like 4:44 or something. And then we're call it 10 seconds. Say like you pearled to a place that's far away from the spawner, so you're 10 seconds from the spawner, so you get to the spawner at 4:51 in this case. Let's look at the time you get here. 5:10. So that's 19 seconds time loss for the same amount of pearls thrown. Like it's kind of like hindsight that the fortress is open, but you kind of also already know that because you had excellent like you had all the situational awareness available to like know that it was open. So I will say most of that was good, but you kind of want to be outside of the spawning area while you're mining the blocks, like as much as possible. Um, just so you don't get spawned on and take damage, especially in your like food situation, and you also your hitbox blocks blaze spawns, so you can also prevent like blaze spawns, and that's like causes variance with your opponent, which you don't want to like you want to avoid variance in the blaze bit, especially in ranked. And then especially with okay, we didn't need to mine that out. Like we can just build our portal outside of the spawning area. But like especially on some of those later blaze kills, you can like free craft like your wool and glowstone and eyes of ender and like extra sticks. Um and you can just clear out your inventory. Like this is like in between axe crits is the point in the run where you clear out the quartz and the magma cream and the leather and the excess fire res and the soul sand books and all the soul speed books and like extra stacks of gravel and the remaining like nether brick and all of that stuff. I do say I like the decision to do your crafting here because it gives the eye of ender a time to float up, so it's going to be more consistent. Like even if the ocean was really deep, it's going to be consistent at like being able to pick up the Eye of Ender before your upwards pearl lands. But oh, I'm so down. So I forgot we got 7. I'm losing it. This is like incredible terrain. Just throw out the blaze powder. Like we don't need it. Okay, yeah, we should. I couldn't. I don't think Ninja Brain Rot was it on screen ever. But yeah, given of how like if we throw this pearl right, we should F3C here because we want to throw one more pearl to like be at optimal health for a hunger reset in portal room. Um, so like you would F3C and see like oh turn left and then I don't know maybe it was like 20-25 blocks away. So you just pearl over there quickly, um, and then yeah, it's just like being aware of how much you should pearl in the end game to like if you can conserve your pearls a little bit when you're able to push for a no hunger reset in the portal room is like sometimes optimal, but oftentimes you just want to play for a hunger reset in the portal room as long as it's not like gonna put you on like 2 pearls entering the end or something, you know. You should be using only F3F to change your render distance. Like the settings change should be exclusively for your entity distance, just to like overlap the render distance change with the portal animation. Okay, and then a couple of things here. Uh, just look. I didn't notice this before, but you put your fire charges over your pearls, which is just like why? Like why not over the like most people will do like over the obsidian and then they throw out the fire charges and pick up the obsidian so that you clear your inventory of the fire charges as well at the same time by doing that. And then even though you've got stuff pre-crafted, the reason clearing your inventory at this point is still good is because like when you're doing setup plus zero and you have to be like kind of fast about sorting your hotbar mid pearls in the end, it's just better to have like less junk in your inventory so that your eyes aren't like having to like look through everything. Like if you've got less non-bed items in your inventory, for example, like it's going to be easier for you to see the bed and just sort your inventory that much faster, and be more consistent at hitting it or hitting the zero. Um, okay, so for pure consistency, you want to do a one pearl hunger reset there, so you can enter end on 4 pearls and hit buried back dragon quickly. But yeah, I don't hate um, the like 2 pearl hunger reset here, because like for the 1 pearl one, you'd have to suffocate for 4 damage ticks in the wall. Oh, well, that's annoying. Pretty easy sub 10 and then forfeit. Uh, Whatever. You can definitely just get another sub 10 or whatever. But yeah, I'd say as far as I'd say the biggest thing here was the routing decision in the Bastion not going for top down. Felt like a pretty like clear mistake compared to like what most people would do. Like I feel like top down was probably just better there. Um, like the only way Manhunt was better is if you just rip 20 out of the 3 chests you get, which is not great odds. Um, Compared to like top down where you get the triple chest, the bottom double, and then also the center. Like you get twice as many chests. Like it's just a lot better for like consistency, and especially in seeds where it's very like where it's especially in seeds where it's like very close on how long the actual route is going to take. Like even though it looks like top down is just faster as well, but even on seeds where it doesn't look like it's going to be faster, as long as it's pretty close, you should probably just go for top down for the consistency. Um, yeah, apart from that, I feel like most of the run was pretty good. Just like I guess also like the fortress routing, but that's not like the most noticeable time loss. So the mistake is like it's like fine. Like you can't play perfect all the time, you know. Um, yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just ping me in your thread and I'll do my best to answer them. Yeah, thanks for sending in the round.